Dorian?
Why, hello, Viki.
You're early.
Am I? Wonderful. I'll go return some calls in
Actually,
the
I'm
lounge.
glad you're early. We haven't really had a chance to talk since you crashed my wedding.
I'm afraid my life has been a bit hectic.
Dorian, that was the second time within a few weeks that you got drunk and made a scene.
I am sober now. Though if I had gone ahead with David's plans, trust me, the man would have driven me to drink. I must admit my recollection of your wedding is a bit hazy.
I can imagine.
Oh, I do seem to recall, though, proposing a toast to the happy couples.
Oh, yes, you did do that. Yes, you did. Right after you told us we were making the biggest mistake of our lives.
Did I say that?
Oh, you did. You did indeed. But somehow we all got married anyhow.
I suppose I must have been, as Langston would say, toasted.
Dorian, I'm a little concerned about you. I hope this isn't becoming a habit.
It was an aberration. It will never happen again. Not ever. No. Never again will a man drive me to drink.
Okay. So you said something earlier about David?
He's back in Landview.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, what's he up to? A reality series starring David Vickers?
Isn't it absurd? After all that talk about going to L.A. to be a serious actor.
Well, in fairness to David, I think he really did want that.
David is handsome, no doubt about that. But what dramatic range does he have? Who is going to pay David to be David?
David can be very entertaining.
Yes, and clever and charming, but he certainly could never carry a show on his own. And he knows that. That's why he wants me to be the real star of the show. And of course, there's my family. All very passionate, intelligent, relatable. America wouldn't just want to watch the Kramers. They'd want to be the Kramers. But it would be simply awful, wouldn't it? Living life in the public eye like that. And of course, unthinkable, what with children in the house.
Yes, well, living in a fishbowl would be dreadful.
So the whole idea for the show is off the table because I refuse to be part of it.
Viki? All right, our first item is to discuss Dr. Margaret Saybrook's application for reinstatement as a staff psychiatrist.
This woman has a history of psychiatric issues. She's not stable enough to work with patients.
And wasn't she recently considered a suspect in a murder?
No, that was a mistake, all right? The accusation was a mistake, and she was cleared of all the charges. The entire incident was a mistake. Edward, Dr. Saybrook has always been a competent psychiatrist. Okay, yes, she was ill for a time, but it was not a clinical psychiatric condition. She had physical injuries from a car accident which resulted in memory loss. She's completely recovered now, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a testament to her strength of character and mental stability. In any case, her record speaks for itself, and I think she would be an asset to this hospital. I have complete faith in her. I would entrust the care of my children to her.
Sorry I'm late. What's the vote?
We haven't voted yet.
Good. Because I hereby categorically intend to vote against letting Marty Saybrook come anywhere near a patient in this hospital again.
Mayor, you are opposed to Dr. Saybrook's reinstatement. May I ask why?
Allowing her to care for patients is negligent. She can't care for her own son, a drug addict.
He's in recovery, doing community service and paying for his mistakes.
Not nearly enough.
Besides, her son's condition is hardly relevant to this issue.
It most certainly is. Every doctor in this hospital has access to drugs. It wouldn't be the first time an addict used his mother's position to steal controlled substances.
That is pure speculation and completely unwarranted. Our job here is to find qualified physicians to work in this facility. I've known Dr. Saybrook a long time. As far as I'm concerned, she is one of the best.
Maybe on paper. But one must question her judgment in the company she keeps.
The company she keeps? I see. Might your objection, Mayor, have to do with your feelings for John McBain, who I believe was responsible for exposing your office's mishandling of Dr. Saybrook's rescue?
I've made my point. Why don't we put it to a vote?
Fine. Does anyone else have anything to add? Right. Then a show of hands, please. All in favor of Dr. Saybrook's reinstatement? And opposed? Well, now, that makes 4 of us for and 4 against.
There are 9 of us. Who hasn't voted?
I haven't. Marty Saybrook is a homewrecker. She broke up my niece's marriage to John McBain, and she has been an absentee mother to her drug-addicted son. I don't like her. However, I don't think that any of that impacts her ability to be a good doctor, and I think that's what we're looking for, isn't it? I have carefully reviewed her request and her case files, and accordingly, regarding the motion to reinstate Dr. Saybrook, I vote affirmatively. Now, shall we all welcome Dr. Saybrook back to Landview Hospital? A pleasure as always, Jane. Bye-bye.
Likewise.
Edward, a word for just a moment. I would like us to schedule another board meeting just as soon as possible.
For the purpose of?
For the purpose of reinstating me as chief of staff at this hospital.